Holy Paladin nerfs reverted and Devourer DH might be safe. What's up guys, Petko here. Good morning from Europe, and last night there's been a lot of changes because the community was absolutely outraged by the, let's just say, the weird take they were taking Holy Paladin on. And finally, as you can see right now, there's been some massive changes last night, so here they are for Holy Paladin. Look what they're saying. Listen up now. We're reverting the planned changes to introduce a Crusader strike and instead making the few adjustments to Holy Paladin mana, economy, and underperforming spells. Our intent is that this loosening of mana restrictions I can't read that tomorrow in the morning, of additional spell users can accomplish a similar goal from our previous changes. Okay, so TLDR is they're pulling the ripcord on exactly what they were trying to do yesterday because the whole community rallied in disagreement, and I do not blame them. These were very bad changes, but here they are. Flash of Light does more healing, Holy Shock does more healing, Holy Shock costs less mana, and Shoot of Righteousness is now giving you more mana back. Also does more damage. So here's the deal. Ranged Paladin is back, melee Paladin would do better, mana economy would do better, so in any other sense, Paladin will be doing better. Don't worry about the Crusader Strike bullshit. That is all going away, which means you're now, I don't think you can compete yet with a pure healing output compared to Restoration Druid or Discipline Priest, but I believe you are perhaps on the same wavelength as the Restoration Shaman when it comes down to healing. I think in AoE healing they might be close, but on a prior target healing I think the Restoration Shaman can do better. But the utility of both Shaman and Paladin is absolutely crazy, so I guess it depends on the comps you'll be playing. This is a very good news for Holy Paladin mains, by the way, and you should be absolutely loving it. Now, on to the next part. Devourer DH, a spec that many have been doing for the past couple of months, including myself. Here they are. So, they've announced some very interesting stuff. So, first of all, major buff hotfixes. So, all of the changes that I'm just gonna tell you right now are not present on beta at the moment. They are gonna be present on pre-patch. The question is, are those changes going to make it to beta? Because disregarding whether they're going to make it to beta or live, the way I'm reading those changes are, eventually once beta merges to live, they will be active. But I don't think they will be on beta for the foreseeable future unless they specifically say so. I'm gonna be checking out some logs tomorrow on Friday to make sure that's the right way. But for now, we remain uncertain whether they will be on beta or not. But they're going to be on pre-patch for sure. Here they are. Consume generates 1 additional soul fragment. Shatter Soul now has a 4% chance to cause damage spells to generate a fragment. While in combat, Entropy now grants your soul fragment every 12 seconds, was 8 seconds before. That's fine. Waste Not now causes Void Ray to have 200% increased damage of generating a soul fragment, was 100%. Okay, so this should definitely help in general. The like more fragments means more frequent meta. Reap damage increased by 75%. It doesn't really matter because you only press Reap after you cast your fully channeled Void Ray. For the most part, you were just spamming Consume. Perhaps that could change right now because they also nerfed Consume by 30%. Right, so now the gameplay here could change. I guess I'm not 100% certain whether that will be or not. Fixed initial cause Devourer damage sometimes to switch to incorrect voice during Void Metamorphosis. That's fine. So those are the changes. What could I make out of it? I mean, I don't know if that's a nerf or buff, I'll be honest with you. Like, people say it's a buff, but then I see Consume being nerfed by 30%, and if you guys check out your single target, Consume is actually pretty high there. A Reap is pretty much non-existent on ST, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be a buff or a nerf. Yeah, I need to be testing stuff. However, before I start to do about Devourer, I want to show you something. Yesterday, we found a new build on Devourer, which obviously I will just highlight this. I'm gonna say it from the bottom of my heart. The build that I'm gonna show right now is currently bugged out. That's why you do so much damage. This talent here, Emptiness, is giving you up to 25% haste while being in Metamorphosis. But this 25% haste remains all the time. It remains outside of meta, it remains during the meta refreshes, it remains if you go to Havoc DH, it remains if you go Vengeance DH. This is currently a bug. That's why I see a lot of people having this for a long time and they do insane damage as Devourer. This has been the case for the past couple of days. People have not noticed it, but I'm letting you know right now, every log you've seen for the past couple of days has this bug active. So you pretty much play with a perma PI, and any spec with perma PI is gonna do fine. So I'm gonna show you a couple of snippets of how Devourer plays out here. As you can see, this is right now a plus 15 Mesara cameras. Yesterday I did it with this exact build. This is the ranged version of Devourer, which is playing Annihilator. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the actual first pool. Okay, let me show you some AoE pools. Look at this. Now I'm gonna have meta, and look at the top right. Look at the top right right now. Look at the top right. I've got 100 stacks of that. 100 stacks of emptiness, right? Which is this one here. It's gonna give me. I'm pretty much having a 25% haste as we speak right now, and I'm gonna cast meta again. Watch this. Just watch the insane front load first. This is like without actually having any like bloodlust whatever. Like you have meta pretty much every single pool if you play it right, and the collapsing star hits like a truck because collapsing star cast time is so low and so is the void ray. Look at my Devourer cast by look at this. It's less than a second cast. Look at this. And I got void ray back to back plus collapsing star. And you have this every single pool. That is why you've seen the Devourers doing so much damage. Now, is that going to get fixed? Absolutely. And when it does, then you're going to see the real damage of this build, which I think still is going to be fine, by the way. Now, we currently have Devourer placement on C tier, but this bug does not look like a C tier. This looks like an A+ at minimum, even higher. And on a pure single target, I believe, you also do insanely well. I'm going to show you if you guys want a pure single target, but I believe I do absolutely crazy. Let me just roll back. Oh, yeah. This is, for example... this was actually so lucky. This is Crowd pure single target. Though keep in mind that I'm getting buffed here by Mage by 3% intellect and also Mark of the Wild. But like this is already 2 minutes into the fight and I'm sustaining 87,000, right? 87,000 sustained damage. No bloodlust. Look at this. No bloodlust. And no crafted item, no stats optimization, no embellishments. I mean, if this bucket retains, I'm gonna sustain like 100k, 110k single target easily. Obviously, not as much as Demolock, because Demolock right now is fucking stupid, but you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, I still believe Devourer probably needs like an extra button to feel fine. Right now, it just feels like look at what I'm doing. Look at this. I'm just spamming Devour, like just spamming Reap, like consume, Void Ray when I have it off cooldown, Collapse and Star, and that's pretty much it. Alright, that's it. Anyway, guys, you let me know what you think about it. I personally believe it's a little bit wonky so far to play Devourer, and perhaps an extra button should be added right away. But overall, I think both adding those hotfixes plus the Holy Paladin stuff, I think the Holy Paladin stuff is likely the best thing I've seen. And I've never seen the community rallying so hard. So here we go. If your spec is bad, that's the way, chat. That is the way. Group up, be mad about it, and get buffed. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys on stream right now. Bye for now.